What if I told you that after the age of 80, your body doesn't just age? It completely changes the rules, and most people don't realize it until it's already too late. This is the moment no one prepares you for. You could have been strong in your 60s, active in your S, doing everything right, and still wake up one day feeling like your body is no longer responding the same way. I've seen it happen countless times. Patients come in confused, frustrated, even scared, saying, "Doctor, I was fine just a year ago. What happened?" And the truth is, nothing sudden happened. Their body simply crossed a threshold where everything begins to shift. Muscle weakens faster, balance becomes unreliable, the brain slows in subtle ways, and the risk of serious health issues increases quietly in the background. The most dangerous part is not the changes themselves, it's not knowing they're coming, because when you're unprepared, even small problems can turn into life-changing events. But here's the good news. Once you understand these changes, you can take control, you can protect your independence, your mobility, and your quality of life. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you today. There is a silent shift that begins around the age of 80, and it doesn't announce itself loudly. It doesn't happen overnight. Instead, it builds gradually until one day you realize things feel different. Tasks that once felt effortless begin to require more effort. Movements feel slower, reactions less sharp. Many people assume this is just getting older, but the reality is more specific. The body starts operating under a new set of biological conditions. Systems that once worked efficiently begin to lose coordination. Recovery takes longer. Strength fades faster. The frustration comes from the fact that these changes are rarely explained. In advance, people are left to figure it out on their own, often after experiencing setbacks. Understanding this shift is the first step toward managing it effectively. One of the earliest and most impactful changes after 80 is the acceleration of muscle loss. While muscle decline begins much earlier in life, the rate increases significantly at this stage. What once took decades now happens within years. This is not just about physical strength, it directly affects stability, mobility, and independence. Muscles support your posture, protect your joints, and allow you to move safely. When they weaken, everyday activities become more challenging. Getting out of a chair, climbing stairs, or maintaining balance while walking can suddenly feel difficult. This is why muscle health becomes a top priority after 80. One of the most dangerous things about muscle loss after 80 is that it doesn't announce itself in a dramatic way. There's no sudden warning, no sharp pain that forces you to stop and pay attention. Instead, it creeps in quietly. You may notice that getting out of a chair takes a little more effort than before, or that climbing stairs feels slightly more tiring. Maybe you start holding on to railings more often, or you hesitate before taking a step on uneven ground. These small changes seem harmless at first, but they are early signs that your muscle strength is declining. Over time, these minor difficulties begin to compound. What was once a simple task becomes something you have to think about, and the real danger is not the weakness itself, it's what that weakness leads to. Reduced muscle strength directly affects your stability, making you more vulnerable to losing balance. A momentary slip that you could have corrected easily years ago now becomes much harder to recover from. This is how falls begin, and at this age, a fall is not just an inconvenience, it can change everything. That's why recognizing these subtle signs early is so important. Awareness gives you the chance to act before the situation progresses. The encouraging truth is that even after 80, your body still has the ability to respond to the right kind of stimulus. Many people believe that strength training is only effective for younger individuals, but that simply isn't true. Research has shown that even individuals in their 80s and 90s can build strength when they engage in consistent, appropriate exercise. The key is not intensity, it's consistency and safety. You don't need heavy weights or complex routines. Simple movements like standing up from a chair repeatedly, using resistance bands, or performing light dumbbell exercises can activate your muscles and slow down the loss. These movements send a signal to your body that those muscles are still needed, encouraging it to maintain and even rebuild strength. What matters most is doing these exercises regularly, at least a few times a week. Over time, this consistency leads to noticeable improvements. Tasks become easier, balance improves, and confidence returns. It's not about reversing aging, it's about maintaining function and independence for as long as possible. Alongside movement, nutrition becomes just as important, if not more so, after the age of 80. One of the biggest mistakes many seniors make is not consuming enough protein. Protein is essential for maintaining and repairing muscle tissue, yet appetite often decreases with age, leading to lower intake. This creates a situation where the body is losing muscle faster than it can rebuild it. Over time, this imbalance accelerates weakness and reduces overall strength. Ensuring that your body receives enough protein throughout the day can make a significant difference. Instead of consuming it all at once, spreading protein intake across meals allows your muscles to receive a steady supply of the nutrients they need. This supports ongoing repair and maintenance, Even small adjustments, such as adding protein-rich foods to each meal, can help slow down the decline. Combined with regular exercise, proper nutrition forms the foundation for maintaining strength and mobility. As the body changes physically, the brain also begins to adapt in its own way. After 80, it is completely normal for cognitive processing to slow slightly. You might find that it takes a bit longer to recall names or to find the right words during a conversation. Decisions may require more time, and multitasking can feel more challenging. These changes can be frustrating, especially if you've always been mentally sharp. However, it's important to understand that this is not necessarily a sign of serious illness. It is a natural part of aging. The brain is still functioning, it's simply working at a different pace. Recognizing this difference helps reduce unnecessary fear. Instead of worrying, you can focus on supporting your brain in ways that keep it active and engaged. While some cognitive slowing is normal, the risk of more serious conditions like dementia does increase after 80. This is why mental activity becomes essential. Just like muscles, the brain benefits from regular use. Engaging in activities that challenge your thinking helps maintain neural connections and supports overall brain health. Reading, solving puzzles, learning new skills, or even engaging in meaningful conversations can stimulate the mind. The goal is not to avoid aging but to slow the progression of decline. Keeping the brain active creates resilience, helping it adapt and function more effectively over time. Social interaction plays a powerful role in maintaining cognitive health. Humans are naturally social beings, and regular interaction provides mental stimulation that cannot be replaced by passive activities. Conversations require memory, attention, and emotional engagement, all of which support brain function. Isolation, on the other hand, removes these stimuli and can accelerate decline. Staying connected with family, friends, and community helps keep the mind active and engaged. Sleep becomes increasingly important after 80. During sleep, the brain performs essential maintenance, clearing waste products and restoring balance. Poor sleep disrupts this process, leading to reduced cognitive function and increased risk of long-term issues. Prioritizing good sleep habits supports both mental and physical health. Bone strength is another critical factor that changes significantly after 80. Bones become less dense and more fragile, increasing the risk of fractures. Even minor impacts can lead to serious injuries. Maintaining bone health requires both proper nutrition and regular movement. Weight-bearing activities such as walking or standing exercises help stimulate bone growth. These movements send signals to the body to maintain bone density. Without them, bones weaken more quickly, increasing vulnerability. Balance and coordination decline due to multiple factors working together. Changes in muscles, vision, and the inner ear all contribute to instability. This combination increases the likelihood of falls. Balance training can significantly reduce this risk. Simple exercises performed regularly help improve stability and coordination, allowing the body to respond more effectively to changes in position. Medications can also affect balance. Some cause dizziness or drowsiness, increasing fall risk. Reviewing medications regularly can help identify and address these issues. The immune system becomes less efficient after 80, making the body more vulnerable to infections. Supporting immunity through proper nutrition and activity becomes essential. A balanced diet provides the nutrients needed to maintain immune function. Vitamins and minerals play key roles in protecting the body from illness. Regular movement helps boost immune response. Even light activity improves circulation and supports the body's defense systems. Social connection also supports immunity. Loneliness has been shown to weaken the immune system, making engagement with others an important part of health. Reaching 80 is not the end of independence, it's a new stage that requires awareness and action. The body changes, but how you respond determines your quality of life. With the right habits, you can maintain strength, mobility, and purpose. Aging is inevitable, but decline is not something you have to accept without a fight.